Sarike Division is among the 12 administrative divisions of Sarawak and was once part of the 3rd Division that included Cebu and Kapit. The Sarike Division has an approximate area of 4,332.4 square kilometers and is one of the smallest administrative divisions in Sarawak. It contains 4 administrative districts: Sarikei, Maradong, Julao, and Pakan. Sarike's history can be traced all the way back to the early 19th century, and it shows that James Brooke had visited Sarike on the 30th of April, 1845. The locals later opposed Brooke's rule with the burning of Sarike on 4th of January 1856 by the Ibans from Julao, and the Julao expedition on 19th of June 1856, commanded by Sir Charles Brooke, to go against the Julao's Iban warriors. The formation of Sarike as a new division was primarily focused on security measures. This is due to the threats faced by the communist insurgency, which was at its peak during the era. With the formation of a new Sarike division, the government would improve and focus more on its efforts to defend and tackle the threats faced in the area. Sarike is 360 kilometers away from Kuching City and is located on the Rajang River, flowing into the South China Sea. The district's population was 56,228 as recorded in the year 2010. A 3.6-meter-high pineapple statue is the most iconic part of the wonderful waterfront and featuring the tallest building in Sarike, Wisma Jubli Mutiara. The town consists of a main road, Ripot Road, that connects to another passage that leads to the new development in Kampong Seberang, known as Susur Jambu. The Sigalang community is believed to be the first community to exist in the Sarike region about 300 years ago, locating between Sarike and Nyelong rivers, where both rivers drained into the Rajang River. The community were deemed as skillful farmers, hunters, and house builders. The Sigalang community was named after its chief, who took good care of the well-being of his tribe by being fair and just. Rice, beeswax, jungle products, fine clothes, and dried fish were among the common products being traded in Sarike. Now, the major ethnic groups in Sarike are Chinese, Iban, and Malay. The town has a very high population of Christian community. Most Christians here belong to the Methodist faith, having 4 churches in town and nearby areas. Along Ripot Road, there is a church named Roman Catholic Parish of St. Anthony's in Sarike. There was also an old mosque which served the Muslim community between 1983 and 1984. In 1983, a new mosque named Al-Mutakin was constructed to replace the previous mosque. There is also a Sarike Buddhist Orthodox Association within the area. Before the Second World War, rubber and black pepper were Sarike's main agricultural products. After the war, most Chinese diverted their attention to cultivating black pepper as well. Nowadays, Sarike is renowned for its sweet and juicy quality of pineapples. Therefore, it is known as the Pineapple Town. Ever since Sarike became Sarawak's major provider of fruit and vegetables, the town's nickname is Food Basket of Sarawak. Other than that, there is one light industrial estate that offers food manufacturing, ceramic painting, and handicrafts. There are approximately 20 primary schools and 4 secondary schools. Prior to the Japanese occupation, numerous Chinese primary schools were built. There was the Suquan Primary School, 1920, Suhua Primary School, 1926, and Quan Chien Primary School 1927, to name a few. St. Anthony School was founded in 1936 by Catholic missionaries. Sarike Huaqiu Secondary School was one of those secondary schools offering the highest level of education and was found in 1938. In 1970, the name was changed to SMK Tinggi Sarike at the behest of the Malaysian Ministry of Education. There is also the Sarike Public Health Clinic located inside the town and Jakar Community Clinic located 12 kilometers away from the village. Not to forget their historical clock tower, which was finished in 1974. The main attraction in Sarike is Sarike Town. Sarike Town is a bustling riverside town and is a major transit point on the Pan-Borneo Highway and the Rejang River. Most of the visitors from the north and central region traveling to the southern region will pass through Sarike Town. The town's iconic sculpture, being the pineapple, proudly displayed right in the center. Other several places that attract most visitors to Sarike are the Sarike Civic Center, the Lake Garden, and Rumah Nyuka Longhouse. Each of the division or district have their own unique festival. In Sarike, the Pineapple Festival is held annually since 2003. The festival consists of showcasing various agricultural products, trade shows, dance performances, and live performances by local artists. Most of the events and gatherings would be held at Sarike Civic Center. Besides that, visitors can visit the Lake Garden, which is approximately 1 kilometer from Sarike Town. The park is a famous spot for people to enjoy and relax with their family, especially in the evening. Fish lakes, bridges, fountains, gazebos, pedestrian walkways, children's playground, workout equipment, canteens, public toilets, and local fruit sculptures are all part of the park's amenities. Next, Rumah Nyuka Longhouse. The very first thing that interests a tourist when visiting the Longhouse is how well built the structure is. Rumah Nyuka Longhouse was built in 1955, and its prestige is definitely reflected in the longevity of the wood plant Belian, which is also known as tropical ironwood. It is situated 17 kilometers from Bayong Junction in Lubuk Lembah, Ulu Sarike. This longhouse is home to 300 people from 45 families. Most of them live right behind the house in another longhouse row, allowing tourists to have an area for themselves. The interesting part of staying in the longhouse is that tourists can collect their own dabai fruit, known as local olives, which is a delicacy fruit in Sarawak. It is the first operator of the homestay program authorized by the Ministry of Tourism Malaysia in the Sarike division.
Jadi sejarah rumah kami itu, dari tubuh dalam rumah kami itu, dari pintu menjai rumah kami itu 46 pintu semua dalam rumah itu. Jadi maya orang ke ngagak kami ke ngagak rumah itu tadi tahun 1955. Jadi maka kita ke orang ke datai bawa kami di tu, memang ngambil berita kami di tu, lepas kami di tu tempat orang ke melawat semua kita ke bisik bermalam semua di tu, rumah kami di tu. Jadi temanya tidak akan nak malam tadi kami bisik nganjung tidak air terjun ada menolu semua musuh kian ke. Jadi kadang-kadang tidak nak boleh hari lah tidak ya bisik nak malam. Adanya tadi. Kami ngau gagati nerima orang kedatai ke jauh ngalamat tu datai kami dito. Anang maka dia tu kita bisa ngambil sejarah barumah kami tu. Nyak mate ke dekrino kami nyak mate ke gaga kati kami lepas nitia ke pemancang ubah dunia kemaya hari tu.
Sarawak's Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg, in his 81 initiatives, mentioned Sarike for Pusat Inovasi Sarike. This project is yet another effort to further develop the town of Sarike, specifically to encourage the youth to get involved in future innovations that will eventually contribute to the growth of technology and its industry. From their contributions, there will surely be more development in transportation between places and can provide affordable housing for people to settle down in.